Okay, thank you for attending today's webinar. Today we are going to talk about human-aware AI agent, the powering genomics in healthcare. So we have several big agenda. First one, I would like to introduce you about human-aware AI agent, and I'm going to talk about how they can be integrated genomics to provide a very various type of the healthcare applications. And then I'm going to show about several use cases. And then if possible, then I'm going to show some demos. Okay, so first, okay, so I'd like to introduce you this is the one actually that I'm working with as a strategy advisor. The startup name is MetaBrain Labs. And they developed the production level, very new type of innovation that's some missing in the multimodal modality of AI agents. So usually AI agent utilizing various type of the information, but actually that mostly they are working in like the traditional way to understand. So here is one thing that the in mostly that AI in an AI agent emotionally blind, and then they are not behaviorally like a dynamic, so they are not dynamically to understand the emotional state of the human, and then to understand the behavior and the biological state, and even the context. So this AI agent to overcome this the traditional AI in healthcare is lacking. So here is one example that the basic technology is kind of like they utilizing multimodal data, particularly sensing data. So actually they integrate with the sensors, the sensing behavior, emotional, biological, conversational information from the sensing device, and then utilizing AI to understand what the current state of the behavior, emotional, biological, conversational state of a human. So their technology is to in a like the intense sensing, so the what the human's intention and the emotion, motivation, and cognitive state, and try to adapt through this detection, then adjust behavior in real time, and then they can apply to extremely personalized care. So the behind the scene is to they connect to live data source. So that's why that they're looking for some the data set to relate some specific person. So not only the static data like EHR and other like mobile health data, also in real time ingestion of the like all kind of like sensors to provide. And then based on this set, and then they define the goals to, for example, that depending on the use cases that what their goal like clinical outcomes or the KPI. So set the goal, and through the conversation and detecting the current state of the like behavior, emotional state, and then they try to do personal interaction to get the most engaged to the like state of the mind and the behavior. And then through this interaction, they got the various information to analyze, and then they got the reason for insight. And then based on this, they trigger smart action instructions. This is basically the same state as the agentic AI done. So they try to understand the environment and the perception or the users and patient, and then based on that, they try to reason that what what the by this kind of perception and understand the environment, and they try to understand what's the reasoning that for what. And then based on that, actually, they try find out like some decision, and then there was like utilizing all kind of surrounding kind of database and also like external data, whatever, and then provide the action based on the specific goal. So it's a uh, very like traditional agentic AI, but it has an additional component is to interact with the users through this kind of like multimodal sensing. So this is additional component to have an additional dimension of the insight. So there are many kind of the like benefit, and then most benefit that I can think about is to they can boost. For example, they can integrate any kind of like sensing devices. For example, like Apple Watch or other kind of like a remote patient monitoring device or other type healthcare device. Any type of a device that can sense the human like emotional biological state, and then and ready to like get the data and get the insight depending on the target goals and like what the insight actually the to mean to the analysis of the data, right? So this is the one actually the one that the essential part of this human aware. So aware means that they understand what the current state of the human in different aspect. So emotional, behavior, physical, like that. Okay, so this is one advantage actually that they can be ready to implement any kind of like real-time biosignal interpretation. And so not just for like the medical grade device and then just the well-being device, they can even the traditional well-being device can then convert to the like a medical grade device because of the insight they can provide. So here is a various kind of the demo. Actually, it should, for example, the patient engagement, remote patient monitoring cases. So so integrate with kind of like existing patient engagement device or remote has monitoring device. They can provide all kind of different type of application. So, for example, uh, clinical intake agent or post-surgery care, and also like most patient monitoring, and also like kind of like clinical trial, real-world evidence, kind of like they can assist AI researchers. And so this through the conversation with like the patient and participant in the clinical trial, they try to get the most information, get fit into like a testing some specific clinical device under clinical trials. And also like they can also integrate the real time like data set to get the like real world evidence based on that. And another application is kind of mental health coaching and behavior support. So they can communicate with the patient, and then through this conversation, they know about the current emotional, like mental state, and then try to provide some recommendation to reduce some kind of anxiety or other kind of depression kind of thing. And other thing is like a sports kind of like so they can engage with the sports players to various like athletic check and the performance review and athletic growth kind of it. And also like lifestyle, nutrition, personal optimization is one thing that they interact with the users to guide through the conversation and get to understand their nutrition state and their personal goal, and they provide various type of the like recommendation habit. So before go, maybe it's good time to show some demos. So I shared this presentation with you. So just so you can do your own, but I will show you some snapshots so you can feel that what is meant by this human aware interaction. Okay, okay. So you can see then various type of the application here. Okay, maybe okay. Probably the best way is to, for example, this is one good example that you can see the features.
Welcome to today's session, where we'll explore how anxiety manifests in your life and work on reframing the underlying beliefs that may be keeping you in a cycle of anxiety. Before we begin, may I please have your name?
Alex, Alex.
Thank you for sharing your name, Alex. Anxiety can be quite
So
overwhelming.
here you can see this one is
Everyone
the
experiences
emotional
it.
state. So
It's okay to
if
feel
you try to
this way.
understand the through this interaction about what the current emotional state, and here is a mental state. So I can say like I have some stress with meeting.
Stress around meetings can definitely be challenging and can trigger feelings of anxiety. It's understandable to feel this way. What specifically about meetings tends to make you feel stressed or anxious?
Yeah, for the first time you attend a meeting.
It's completely understandable to feel stressed when attending a meeting for the first time. New situations can often create feelings of uncertainty and apprehension. Can you share more about what specifically about attending a meeting for the first time triggers these feelings for you?
When I try to discuss with someone actually meet for the first time.
Thank you for sharing your experience of feeling anxious when meeting someone for the first time. It's completely normal to feel that way, especially when there's uncertainty involved. Can you think of what belief or thought pattern might have started during that initial meeting encounter that's resurfacing now?
A little bit perplexed and complicated.
It sounds like navigating new meetings and interactions with unfamiliar people can feel overwhelming and complicated. It's completely valid to feel that way, and your feelings are important. Good work identifying that belief. Now, how would you like to reframe that thought to support a more positive and empowering mindset?
I think it was very helpful. So to have a positive mind.
It sounds like you're beginning to understand the process of reframing and the potential it has to bring about positive change in your mindset. Exploring your thought patterns and beliefs can indeed lead to empowering transformations. I appreciate you sharing your thoughts and experience. Before we conclude for now, could you please provide some feedback on your experience with this session? What did you like about it? And do you have any suggestions for improvement?
I think that's a feel comfortable now. Thank you for your advising.
Thank you so much for your feedback and your time today. I look forward to connecting with you again in the near future.
So it give you like what was done and then it try to understand your emotional state and then through this one actually to try to provide a very personalized like a recommendation or guidance or the advice. So I encourage this to hear that you see that I have a bunch of this. So I think that's the best ways you can I recommend, for example, like here is very fun in sports and performance analytics because this is very popular topic recently, not only like in the traditional healthcare, that actually that there are a lot of the working going on utilizing AI to in the sports industry. So I recommend it. I also tried everything and it was very fun, right? Because the key is to through the conversation and then sensing your biological and emotional state and try to like multimodal analysis and then provide the most personalized based on your current the physical, mental and even emotional states. So this is a key point. So that's why I call term human aware. So this kind of like a human awareness is not like a fully explored before. So this is the one actually you find some innovative aspect of this. Okay, so then I will start. So, so why I think about the genomic insight? Because genomics has is a fundamentally also unexpected, like not fully explored area in healthcare. Because usually genomics, you saw that there are many kind of like to try to find out some genomic type rare disease or kind of like genealogy, something like that. The traditional application is like that, but recently, there was another space actually that they want to explore. Like, for example, PGX is a traditional one, so they try to find out how the body process drug. So that's why that you want to find out the best drug to provide the best outcome to you, and utilizing genomic insight is a traditional one. Also, there was actually I had a webinar last year about this space, like one startup. Talk about the utilizing genomic information in nutrition needs and metabolism. And even they can provide a very fine-tuning, precision mental health program, like a quality emotional health, and even like everyday kind of like hormone inflammatory like a balance, and even they can like apply to athletic performance. So I feel that based on this recent new application of genomics, so I think that they are very closely in parallel in application area. So I found that there is a huge opportunity if I can integrate the two sides. So this is, I think that this is my view that the first time to thinking about like a humanoid agent powering genomic insights. So this will be the completely new area that I explore. So genomic insight fix preposition, but DNA alone cannot capture real time. So genomics is a pre-existing one, and that they analyze your what's your genomic state, and then it's almost information used in the static condition. But actually, they are powerful if they can be integrated with like a kind of a dynamic aspect of this human aware AI agent because of the they can understand your human level and then integrate with like a genomic level. It's very powerful. Like so, but this is very experiment because nobody done before. So I just have a come up with the idea that this combination will be very powerful if you can apply in very various area. Actually, traditional approach cannot provide a solution. So for example, the system architecture is very simple because this human aware AI agent already production level, then any kind of like information can be utilizing as additional layer of the multimodal data set. So there is a data sensing layer and also like a cognitive layer, and then genomic knowledge integration layer. So traditionally, everything is the same thing, but there is a genomic and knowledge integration layers to provide this kind of like new layers of the genomic power, the application, healthcare application, and then through this integration of traditional AI agent area and traditional genomic area combining, then there is a additional interpretation in action layers. So genomic informed response generation is possible. So I would think about the various use case, but this is not tested yet. So have in mind that this is the first time I just proposed that they two sides can be integrated and very powerful, provide insight for the in new type of the healthcare. For example, in the mental health space, that traditional solution is kind of emotionally adaptive AI agents. So you see that they can understand your like mental state and in combination with like a behavior and physical state. So they can provide adaptive therapy. And then based on that, actually, And then based on this one and incorporating genomic sensitivity. So that means that particular like level of genomic information can provide, for example, that some kind of like mental health kind of the disorders are very strongly tied with some genomic reason. So if they can know about like both sides of them, then they can adjust on how genes may influence mood or trauma response type depth. So based on then they measure true healing with biomarkers, so they can provide new way to provide the therapeutic methods to the in the fine precision mental health based kind of thing. So that you can see the like precise personal care, only wanting people visual symptoms and better outcome, the dynamic data informed therapy. So, but unfortunately, because I never, nobody actually never applied this one, so I'm not sure about what kind of thing actually happened. But I think that this is the prediction that it will be very powerful, and then they are called genomically biased, genomically like a based, kind of like a new type of the like a prison mental health care might be enabled. And another space is TTX, digital healthcare space. So this is the same thing, like a traditional one that, for example, that the emotional state with the gen markers can be a very strong, for example, pre-screening, and then they know about what happened before something happened, and then so they know about the prediction, and then what kind of like symptoms will be show up, and they provide a very strong intervention in interact with the traditional DTX. So especially that they can be proactive clinical condition management will be possible, and then so this is another space that may be worthwhile to explore. And the personalized nutrition is the same thing. So, for example, that not only the genetic base, but also like the current state of the like mental and the physical state, and then they can find out what kind of like, nutrition is best for your health condition, right? So by the actually the here is like a nutrigenomics. So I say that like the genomics can apply in nutrition and the emotion engine intelligent nutrition. So from stack DNA based diet to response and daily plans, right? This is more dynamic and then more like a personalized nutrition recommendation and then provide guidance will be possible. And this is another one, actually, the ethic performance optimization, also the password. So it's the same thing, same reason that for example, that the like A agent genomic provide the genomic personalization, and then they provide the dynamic protocol adjustment. So from one size fit to all training to generally emotionally tuned coaching. So this is a completely new area and the huge potential can apply in this space. And finally, pharmacological optimization will be the another way that you are developing a drug and then fit into specific disease targeting, for example, oncology or whatever. And then you know that because oncology is basically very you get the good insight about the treatment using the drug through the genomic information. So there's a pharmacogenomics. And then additional layer, then you can imply the like integrate with like this human aware sensing. So they know about the human level understanding of the physical, emotional, and mental state. In plus with this kind of like a general information that which kind of drug will be fit into the specific like a disease treatment. And it will be very powerful combinations that understand how user is metabolizing the drug and adjust the care based on individual biology and live response and then even they prevent side effects before they escalate. So this is will be the another layer that integrate the traditional pharmacological pharmacogenomics with this human aware. So for example, if you apply this one to clinical trials, it will be very powerful the fair that find out what your PGX like a newly developed PGX drug will be fitting into and then best outcome with you and then interact with the patient in participating in the traditional like a clinical trials, and then they combine to actually very powerful effect like increase drug adherence and a faster therapeutic effect and reduce side effect emergence visit and smarter safer prescribing is all can be possible in this area. Okay, so actually this one is a production level, so but never try with any kind of like other application area yet. So we are looking for some visionary enterprise partners, investors to participate this very innovative AI in application in integrated genomics and other applications. And I hope to like you contact me for this space. Okay, so I done. So so I finished up very early, but I think that if you have any question or the comment, and I welcome it because it's 2 days later we have a independent holiday, so I try to finish up today very early than scheduled. Any question or comment? Anything? So I'm going to share this recording, and then I already shared the presentation. So if you have anything that about discuss with me, just to let me know. I welcome any kind of a comment or any kind of like a partnership. I'm open to explore this very innovative space. Any comment or any suggestion or anything you want to talk about it? Okay, so and I share the recording with you, and also like I'm going to share with you about the next webinar because this is almost the end of my webinar series of the half season of this year. So I feel like it's a finish of my 2 years endeavor that I shifted my interest in healthcare area. And 1 year focused on digital health, and the other I focused on AI in healthcare, especially AI agentic AI applied to healthcare area. And then next topic will be about the very innovative idea about clinical research area that recently I have some startup also like started to advising to have some strategic business direction. So I will share that our working on very creative idea about to utilizing AI agent to address various type of the challenges in traditional clinical research and clinical trials in integration with the FDA clearance. So I will send you the information, and then I hope to see you in my next webinar. Thank you for attending today's webinar and have a nice of your rest of the day. Thank you. Bye bye.